Going for gourmet gold in the forest. Right, arriving at Ike's house. Guy is a full-on artist. Everything is self-made in here. Yeah, that's the guy with the funny moustache. That's Ike. He's my mountain guide for picking mushrooms. How you doing, Ike? Wie geht's da, Alter? Geht's da gut? Well done. Let's go for it. All right, Ike and his magnificent moustache are getting ready.
Willst du mal so mit?
Oh, he's got the knife. We're all armed. I'm going to explain everything later. And the reason why we always have a knife in the forest when we go mushroom hunting, because they fight back. You got to be armed. All right, off to the forest we go. So we're just foraging and looking for mushrooms. And check it out, man. Let's do it, Yum, super fresh, stained finger. The way to tell if a forest environment is still pristine or healthy is quite simple. It's called the ant heap. Yep, this is an ant heap, and you can see it's made out of pine needles, teeming with ants. And that is a sure sign that this forest is actually quite healthy. It's like the canary in the coal mine. If there's not any of these mounds around, you know something is wrong. So in here, deep inside, the queen resides. And in the winter, there is a lot of heat inside. And as a matter of fact, ants, if I would go with my hand and have them bite me, which I won't, not to disturb them, used to be an old recipe against rheumatism, because the ant's venom, if you so wish, is very good because it gets the blood pumping and cleans out all the veins and the joints. So here you go, guys. There's a whole bunch of these little mushrooms here. Remove the twigs, take the knife and cut them off cleanly, like so and so. And the reason for cutting it off is very simple, because beneath the mushroom there's a lot of like little hair structures called myceliums, which is the actually living part of the mushroom. The mushroom itself, the bud, is just the part that gives off spores to recreate. If you tear the whole mushroom out, you're actually damaging the whole system. If you cut the mushroom off cleanly at the surface, the mycelium stay alive, they connect with all the trees around me and stay intact. And mushrooms are also an essential part of the ecosystem. Why? Because they actually have got huge range. So you see the small little mushroom on the top, you're like, it's just a little mushroom. But the mycelium spread across all the trees literally help the trees, if you so wish, digest the soil, create nutrients and feed the forest. So the mushrooms are an essential keystone species for all these forests. Now, of course, picking mushrooms means that you need to know what you're doing, guys, because some of them are edible, super tasty. Some of them are not edible, they don't taste that well, and some of them will kill you. So it's super advisable. Don't do this at home. First of all, read the right books. Some mushrooms can look very similar. One of them is tasty, the other one will take you out. So yeah, have a book. Better yet, check in with a local guy who can tell you what's right and what's wrong. You can have amazing experiences, but man, be careful. Interesting enough, a lot of these mushrooms, as we know, are hallucinogenic. And in Stone Age paintings across the world, you know, these cave wall paintings, what they've realized that these human shapes have got these weird little things coming out of their heads and arms. And upon closer look, they realized, wait a second, these are actually hallucinogenic mushrooms being represented that show that our ancestors were as high as a kite. However, they were high as a kite on a purpose, not a party drug, because obviously they thought they were communing with their ancestors, the gods, their higher self. This in turn means that hallucinogenic mushrooms are an integral part of a large part of Homo sapiens culture. The way we experience ourselves, the way we thought, the way we ideated things. Yum! Check it out, guys, check it out. Oh, look at this, it's a thing of beauty, guys. Oh man, check this out. Gorgeous. Check it out, guys. Oh, yes. Oh. Oh, my Lord. Check that out, guys. Oh, wow. We're going to be careful. See? We got them off cleanly. Pure yumminess, man. We're going to have a great little feed tonight. So the plan is to get a bunch more, and then we're gonna go back to Eike's place, and he's got his own chickens. He's a real self-provider. We're gonna grab some fresh eggs and make a forest omelet. All right, you remember we were talking about these hallucinogenic mushrooms that we're seeing in these cave paintings growing out of people's heads and limbs, denoting that they were having a high or spiritual experience? Well, guess what? Check this baby out. This boy right here. Let's have a look at him. So this is exactly one of those mushrooms that will give you a trip or can actually be poisonous taken in the wrong quantity. And you can see that it was actually chewed on a little bit by snails, so the snails will be as high as a kite and having a good time in the forest. How will you recognize them? Very simple. You see that the surface of the mushroom is quite mottled. And if you trace across one of these mushrooms in the forest, I would leave it alone. Mission accomplished. We came out of the forest and actually found a bunch of mushrooms, and he even found a knife, a really cool rescue knife. Check this out, guys. Better than a big mushroom, an original Swiss Army knife. All right, guys, we just got back from the forest. Gourmet gold. And of course, the majority of the stuff was found by Eike with a magic moustache. That is the magic moustache, plus free Swiss Army knife found by Eike. So the thing is that Eike's English is non-existent because he's a real mountain guy. However, he's the real dude who found 2/3 of this whole treasure. Next steps is we're gonna clean all this up, take the grass out, and then we're gonna go behind the house because Eike is a real survivalist and he's got his own chickens. We're gonna get some fresh eggs. Die Eier holen gehen wir nachher, ne? Ja. Und du machst omelette.
Yeah.
Excellent. So he's gonna make an omelette fresh because the family will then eat the omelette. Catch you later, guys. All right, we're gonna get the chicken eggs. Lead the way. So Eike is the artist who lives here. He's, like I said, mountain man, artist, all of the above. So he's the artist who lives here, and he's made all of this stuff that you see. It's made by him personally. All the artwork. It's phenomenal. Ooh, look at that. Oh my God, they're huge. Check it out.
Komm einer. Ist kalt?
Super fresh eggs. Mama chicken is not too happy. Whoops. Check it out, man. Unbelievable. Honest to God, real free-range chicken eggs. Oh man, look at that. Unglaublich. Wie viel hast du da drin?
Du musst da hinten. Du musst da hinten schauen.
Wow, man.
Na, da oben seid keine mehr.
Unbelievable. Check
Das ist
it
für
out.
einen
It's a
Tag, nicht?
bucket, one-day production.
Hier?
Yeah. Stephanie, my niece, wants to cuddle bunnies. Little does she know we're gonna make bunny soup. All right, so Eike just arrived. He did a bit of preparation, nothing complicated. Fresh onions, of course, being fried up. And the omelette is just made of eggs and mushrooms. Das ist ja nur Ei und Schwammerl drin,
Ja,
korrekt?
Zwiebel wird jetzt angeröstet, nicht?
Ja, ja.
Dann kommen Schwammerl geröstet und dann ein Ei drüber.
Super. So, like we said, he's just frying up the onions, making them nice and golden, right? And then he just puts in the, I think, the onion. Then he puts in the mushrooms. Check it out. Nicely chopped and washed. And on top of that, the eggs come in. There you go. That's about an egg, and there we go. In the meantime, the rest of the family is playing Rummy Cup, as far as I understand. And my mom's over there. Hi, Mom. And she just turned 80. Unbelievable. Of course, I still owe you the name of this mushroom because I do not know it in English or even the Latin name, but thank you, Google. By the power of the internet, now we know what this is called in English and in Latin.
Aber Besteck müsst ihr gerne.
Gerne Bälle, oder? Eike, 5 kleine Bälle. Bitte, das passt überhaupt nicht.
Yay.
Zu.
Ja, das ist für
Jetzt
euch
müsst ihr
beide.
rein.
Fresh from the forest, already produced. Couldn't be any fresher. Nice, eh? See you next time, guys, in some desert or mountain or jungle. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and share.